never made it, but I know what it takes. I'm motivated by a mix of emotion. Got my statement, and I'm reading it slow so I can understand it fully. Appreciate my standing, go out of this world and right on time. Oh, never in my life have I seen the sky light up like this. I'm far away from Earth and I wanna know if you exist. Mission control, do you read me? Send me my coordinates lately. Mission control, am I drifting? Tie me to someone who will love me, yeah. Wait, I think I'll last a bit longer. Find another.
Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone. Welcome everyone to another Ref Brandon and the Todd family YouTube video. Wherever you are, whatever you may be doing, thank you so much for making Ref Brandon and the Todd family part of your day. We always greatly appreciate it. It is the day after tax day, so hopefully everybody has filed their taxes. I know that is a rough day for most people, but today here on the channel I want to talk some college football as I preview another 2024 college football team's predicted win total. Now, I've done a few already, and if you follow the channel, you know these are always random. I sometimes have a reason why I pick a certain team. Sometimes I don't. I'll just say, hey, I'm going to do this team. And that's kind of what happened with the team I'm going to talk about today. I was thinking yesterday about doing another one of these early college football season prediction videos, and I was like, what team do I want to do? And this team just hit me. It is the Ohio State Buckeyes. Of course, now they have Chip Kelly calling plays on offense. He stepped down as the UCLA head coach to become the OC with the Ohio State Buckeyes, and most college football insiders say that what's been holding the Buckeyes back is their offense, because they've got five-star talent all over the field, and there's 2 or 3 games every year where they're lucky to score 10 points. You look at their game last year against Notre Dame, and their offense looked absolutely putrid, and you wonder, how can a team have that kind of offense and that much talent on offense but can't move the football? And most folks say that Ryan Day was holding them back, calling plays on offense. Well, we're going to find out this year how true that is or was, because Chip Kelly will now be calling the plays on offense. We know Ohio State has about 417 quarterbacks now. Will Howard, Devin Brown, Julian Sayin, Lincoln Kienholz, and Air Noland are all their listed quarterbacks. As of right now, I expect 1, if not 2 of these guys to transfer before the season starts. It's kind of why I'm surprised that Will Howard transferred there. I know Will Howard is really good, but unless he was told by Ryan Day, if you come here, you're going to be our starter, I don't know why you would go there and compete with 4 other quarterbacks when you can easily go to another program and know right away you're the quarterback. I'm sure it has to do with NIL. And then we have Travion Henderson and Quinshad Judkins at running back. Travion Henderson's been there since about 1997, and of course Quinshad Judkins is the transfer from Ole Miss. But Ohio State opens up the season August 31st against Akron. Then they have Western Michigan on September the 7th. And then they're off week number 3. Then they come back week number 4, game number 3, September 21st against Marshall. And that is the last non-conference game of the season. September 28th, they kick off conference play with Michigan State, followed by Iowa on October the 5th. Then the Oregon Ducks on October the 12th. And then they're off again. So they have 2 games, and they're off 4 games, and they're off. Then they come back with 6 games in a row to finish out the regular season. October 26th, week number 9, they play the Nebraska Cornhuskers. Then we open up the month of November on the 2nd against Penn State. November the 9th, Purdue. November 16th, Northwestern. November 23rd, Indiana. And November 30th, they play, of course, Michigan. Now, if you follow the channel when I do these college football prediction videos, you know by now that I say I very rarely pick a team to go undefeated, because going undefeated is just so hard to do. So no matter what team I'm talking about, when I pick them to lose a game, it's not because I don't think they're good enough to go undefeated. It's just, to me, going undefeated is just so hard to do. It very rarely happens. Every year it seems like we'll have 7 or 8 teams that are undefeated in mid-October, and it's like, what are we going to do? All these teams that have not lost, and then by Thanksgiving we have 1 or 2 teams that's undefeated, because it's just so hard to do. I look at Ohio State's schedule, and I think they easily have the talent to go undefeated, especially now that Chip Kelly is there on offense. But again, going undefeated is just so hard to do. And when I look over their schedule, I find the Penn State game on November the 2nd, which is week number 10, game number 8. And if I'm not mistaken, that game is in Penn State. I looked over the schedule yesterday, and I believe the game is in Happy Valley. And of course, Penn State has another new offensive coordinator this year. James Franklin must think that OCs are like players now, and you got to change them every year, because I think this is 25th offensive coordinator in like 7 seasons. So Penn State has again changed their play caller on offense. But we know Penn State always has a good defense. They just always seem to struggle moving the ball with consistency on offense. They can move it from the 20 to the 20, but then they just always just sputter. And they'll have 450 yards of offense and score 10 points. But I do think Penn State's defense is good enough to beat Ohio State. So I've got Ohio State going 11-1 overall, 8-1 in the Big Ten, with their loss coming November the 2nd against Penn State. But it is very, very, very important that they beat Michigan this year, because with Michigan just winning the national championship and then Jim Harbaugh leaving, you don't want to lose to them with a first-year head coach for the 4th year in a row. So beating Michigan, which I think they will, is very, very important for Ryan Day, because if they lose to Michigan again, unless they win the national championship, most fans are going to want him fired, even though he's done everything a coach can do in a handful of years, with the exception of winning a national championship. We know that Ohio State and Michigan fans absolutely hate each other. So the only way you can lose to Michigan for the 4th year in a row is to win the national championship. Otherwise, the fans are going to want you gone. Any thoughts on any of this, please feel free to let me know. Let's go ahead and get our dad joke of the day in here. And for all you Southerners out there, This should be funny. What did the family say when the dog ran away with Dad's false teeth at dinner time? Doggone dadgummit. And that does it for today's Ref Brandon and the Todd Family YouTube video. Until next time, it's Ref Brandon saying, just like in pro wrestling, life can be over by the count of 3. Tell your friends and family how much you love them. Bye.